and get started. Welcome, club secretaries. This is the webinar for club officer training for the club secretary. Leading your club. You need to be prepared to lead and prepared to succeed. Part of that, you need to know your club constitution and bylaws. The standard constitution and bylaws have been updated to include new election procedures for club officers, as well as a model club structure that we want the clubs to start adhering to. The template document serves as a basis for the club to create its own governing document in accordance with the International Constitution and bylaws. If your club does not have its own, you must use this standard document. It becomes your constitution and bylaws. As secretary, you're going to be managing the club roster and member contact information. One of your most important tasks this year is to maintain an accurate club roster of members. The My LCI serves as your main resource for membership updates. You will access that through the MyLion one single login account, and then go into My LCI there. It's always an accurate listing of each member's contact information is kept current. Be sure to report every month if there are no changes to the roster or if you have updates. This year, and very particular, is that all club officers must have an email. If they do not create an email account for themselves, then your email in LCI will be put in for their email. So you'll be receiving the information from Lions Clubs International for that particular club officer who does not have email. You must have every club officer as a club officer in the My LCI must have an email, whether it's their own or yours as the club secretary. Your club secretary, your liaison for communication to the members, and that's why it's so important that email be there. You need to understand the membership types and categories for each member of your club. Each membership type and category has by itself rights and obligations of each of your club members, and there's what their dues is owed, okay? It's based on a combination of membership type and membership category, which affect the international and club level dues. So let's look at some membership types. The membership types that there are is regular member, student member, family member, Leo Lion member. Okay? A regular member is a standard membership. Regular membership is for community members interested in volunteering, serving the community, making the world a better place. They pay an entrance fee and full international dues, which is $43 a year. It's collected semi-annually. So half of the 43 is in July, the other in January. Plus additional district, which is also, you have to know what your district dues and the multiple district state dues are. And then what your club dues apply. Student membership allows students to make new friends and help others in the community at the same time. If a student is enrolled in an educational institution who are between the ages of legal majority, which is 18, through age 30, pay no entrance fee or charter fee, and they pay half of the international dues, collected semi-annually. Students over the age of 30 who are joining a campus Lions Club pay a $10 entrance fee and full international dues. Family membership provides families with the opportunity to receive special dues discount when they join a Lions Club together. The first family member is the head of household. He pays full international dues, and up to 4 additional family members pay only half the international dues, collected semi-annually. All family members pay a one-time entrance fee of $35. Leo Lion member. Leo Lion membership allows a current or a former Leo between the age of legal majority, which is 18, and through the age of 30 who have been a Leo for at least a year and a day to continue doing voluntary work with Lions Clubs International as a Lion. Leo Lions pay no entrance fee or charter fee and pay half international dues. So these are the 4 major membership types. Your membership chair should also know these membership types and should be working towards getting a few members from each in your club. A former Leo member over the age of 30 who had been a Leo for at least a year and a day pays no interest fee when joining a Lions Club. To receive the fee waiver, complete the Leo to Lions certification and years of service form. There is a separate form in Lions Clubs International that you need to have. We kind of recommend that some of these forms you download at the beginning of the year and have them available in your book. And putting it all in one big major book helps putting everything together, like a notebook. Now let's talk about club membership categories. You now know all the types, and now we're going to go into categories which can be applied to each of those types. An active regular member is a member entitled to all rights and privileges, subject to all obligations which membership in Lions Club implies. Only active members may participate in leadership, leading the club, leadership roles, and so forth. So you have to be an active member to be part of that. Honorary, an honor bestowed by the club to an individual who is not a member of the Lions Club to recognize outstanding community service or service to the club. The club pays the entrance fee and the international dues. However, the member does not have any privileges of active membership. This is one of those nice things, like in my own club, we have the Lawman of the Year. And this is we make them an honorary member for a year. And so we take on their dues and get things done. Member at large, a member who has moved out of the community and is unable to regularly attend meetings and desires to retain membership in the club. The member cannot hold office or vote at conventions and must pay dues. Must pay all of the international dues, state and district dues. A privileged member is a member who's been aligned for 15 or more years because of illness and infirmities of advanced age, must relinquish his or her active status. A privileged member may vote, but may not hold office. Life member, a member who has maintained an active status for 20 or more years, or for 15 years is at least 70 years of age, can be granted life membership. Members, Lions Clubs, the members, Lions Clubs in lieu of future dues pay a one-time payment to the association for life members and have all the rights and privileges of membership. That life membership is $1,000. Affiliate, an individual who is currently unable to fully participate in the club but wishes to support the club. Affiliate members pay dues and may vote on club matters, but may not hold office or represent the club at the district, multiple district, or international conventions. Associate member, a member holds his or her primary membership in another club, but maintains residence or is employed in the community of the club served by this club. Associate members can vote on club matters, but may not serve as a club delegate at a district, multiple district, or international conventions and are not eligible to hold office. The first 30 days in your position, you need to maintain the roster of the club, review the current club roster. All dues invoices are based on the club roster as of June 30th and December 31st. So that's your immediate task in July, is to make sure that club roster is up to date. Update all contact information for your members. And remember, as I stated earlier, all club officers are required to have an email address so that Lions Clubs International and multiple district officers can contact them for information. If they don't have one or don't want to be put in one, then use your email and put that in as their email in their contact information. You're going to have monthly tasks. You're going to have to prepare for programs and meetings. You're going to prepare club and board meeting agendas as requested by the club president. Some presidents get you to get all the information from the board of directors for the board of director meeting agendas and have you prepare it and send out the agendas. So be prepared for that. And some presidents do it themselves. So my club, the president does it themselves. So it is a task that the secretary has done in the past. You're going to prepare reports and minutes for the previous month's meetings for distribution at the club or board meetings as appropriate. Note, you're going to be taking minutes at a regular membership meeting if there's any business discussed at that meeting. You have to take down motions. If there's a motion done, you need to have that and present that as a minutes of that meeting. You must maintain the club business records. So you're going to be keeping copies of all agendas, all minutes. So that's why I say getting yourself a notebook and having all of that in there for your year as secretary is great. That you can pass on and to the succeeding secretary. You're going to collect, distribute, and retain committee reports for permanent meeting records. You're going to maintain full documentation of all key business operations, including minutes, agendas, committee reports, financial statements, elections, and membership applications. So all of that paper that's formed there, you will also have registration forms for district events that you will be ultimately in charge of. Part of your monthly task is to maintain these club business records. You may be asked to retain and file financial documents or legal documents along with meeting minutes. Sometimes when you're changing the signees on a bank account, they need the meeting minutes, so you will have all of that. You need to keep a copy of all of that. Be aware of and prepare to keep financial and or legal records along with the meeting minutes. Be aware of and be prepared to keep financial and all legal records. Maintain necessary documentation for local taxing and registering bodies. Maintain copies of all contracts or legal documents, such as a lot of the clubs have incorporated, so you need the articles of incorporation need to stay with the secretary, and they have to be available at all times. Obtains insurance certificates as required for the activities. If someone asks you for insurance, note that you can go into Lions Clubs International, and by adding the body that's requesting additional insured, you can put that all in there and put down a certificate to give them. But you'll have to maintain those certificates. Report membership changes monthly. And if there is no change, report no change. You need to also manage your correspondence. Secretary is usually the one checking the P.O. box if your club has a P.O. box, so they can maintain all the correspondence coming in. You'll be required to also attend quarterly meetings. Most important quarterly meeting is the zone meeting. The zone consists of a group of 4 to 8 surrounding area clubs that are organized under what we call a zone chairman. And all the club officers from these clubs meet on a quarterly basis. Usually during the first 3 quarters of the fiscal year. And you can find all of that district officer's contact information as a zone chairman on your club homepage of MyLCI. Look there for your zone person's name and contact information. You will be asked as part of the zone meetings to report regarding service, membership, and other events. Be prepared to give that report because not all club presidents show up every time. So make it a point as a club secretary to show up and have a report ready just in case the president doesn't show up. Each meeting of the zone may have a specific focus, so be prepared for that. And those that deal with that specific focus should be the ones invited to come to that zone meeting. This provides an opportunity for club officers to meet and learn from each other. That's the biggest part of the zone meeting, and I highly encourage 100% attendance because you can learn so much from the other officers from the other clubs. It is truly a learning experience. You have some semi-annual tasks that involve the membership. You got December and June. Ensure that the club roster for December and June have been reviewed thoroughly, because you will have to account whatever they're at on July 1 and January 1. That is what you will be billed for. So for accurate billing and communications, keep the club roster membership information updated at all times. That's why we ask you to do it monthly, so you're not ending up at the end of December and the end of June running into plenty of places. Now the annual events. The club elections are usually held at the beginning of the fourth quarter. So we're talking about the month of April, folks. So your nomination committee has to do its work prior to the month of April. The nominations committee, which if you're using the new model, will be the leadership committee, will provide information for the names of those who have been nominated for officer and director positions. The secretary will then prepare ballots for the elections as per policy. A lot of the clubs do it, put the names up on a board and do it that way. Whatever which way you want to officially do it and keep record. It's good to have a ballot anyway, just at least one, so you can report and put them up on the board. All club officers must be reported to Lions Clubs International within 15 days after the election. So if you elect at the beginning of April, you're going to be closer to mid-April in your reporting of your officers, April 15th. If your club decides to elect at the end of April, then it's going to be May 15th. So keep that in mind. Those are the two dates that you need to have as secretary, depending on when the election is held. You will need to check with the cabinet secretary or council secretary regarding requirements to report the delegate certification list for any district conventions, whether it's district or multiple district convention. Complete any requested registrations for all district events, including advertising, hospitality rooms, convention attendees. Check with the convention organizers for an opportunity to participate in printed convention program ad pages or club reports. Process documents and any local club endorsement requirements for members running for higher officer positions. Especially if you have someone from your club, you may want to have a resolution of endorsement, especially if they're moving up to a district officer elected position, such as second vice district governor and above. Those require resolutions. If you are In our district, we have elected positions for Lone Star Lions iBank, as well as 2 Texas Lions Camp elected directors. They all require resolutions, club resolutions for their clubs to show up on the ballot. So you'll be processing that as secretary. This year we have separated the My Lion. There is a My Lion course, and the recorded webinar is in the can at this time. And I will be having 2 live classes, one on June 22nd and one on June 29th. June 22nd in Buda, June 29th in Austin at the School for the Blind. But otherwise, you need to familiarize yourself with the My Lion single login account. If you're using the My Lion single account login for the first time, once you have been reported as incoming club secretary, we're going to ask you to go to it. There is a specific site. Hit the registration, and you will need your membership number as well as your email. Your email that's on the LCI network at this time. Especially if you're new, you will have to register for this single account. You will have on the dashboard in the single account access to also My LCI. And most importantly, you will be, right now as secretary, you are principally responsible for membership reporting, all membership reports on a monthly basis. The clubs, if you have taken on the new structure and you have a separate club service chair will update your service activities. And they will be using My Lion to do that. And you will be as only a backup for that type of service. If you don't have a service chair, you will be doing both. But the service activities will be in My Lion and membership in My LCI. You have a dashboard once you're in the system where you'll have access to My LCI, My Lion, the access to the Lions Club's International Store, and you can access reports from Lions Club's International Foundation and how your club impacts the community. Very insightful metrics that are out there. This year, secretaries, if you are reporting service activities in My LCI this year, you can still do that for 2018-2019 events only through July 15th of 2019. Otherwise, all service reports, activities reports will be done starting July 1st, 2019 on My Lion. That's pretty much in a nutshell what you have. Since I don't have anyone here tonight, there's no one to answer any questions. The biggest thing that I need to get across on this recording is that you are the liaison not only to the district to the membership, to the state. As club secretary, it is your responsibility to keep all the records straight, membership, and back up the service chair at all times to make sure that everything's getting reported monthly. And that's the key, reporting monthly. Don't wait till the last minute to report, make your reports. With that, I am going to stop the recording and wish you all well. This recording will be available on the district website shortly. You may register for the recorded session and use it as training this year. So with that, we will end the seminar.